So I wanted to, take a little bit of time and talk a little bit about LeBron James and his return to the Cavs, the letter, the overall attraction that some people might not understand to the state of Ohio, Northeast Ohio, and basically the future of the team. So I posted on Facebook the other day. I was on vacation. I didn't really have time to process and think about what this means and kind of what's going to happen from here on as far as the Cavs are concerned. First of all, LeBron announced something, or on my 30th birthday, he announced he was leaving, and the decision, as it's called now. And it was one of those moments where I know I had at least 2, maybe 3 friends call me just to see if I was okay, because they knew it was my 30th birthday. I wanted to play a little low-key that night because it's not like I wanted to celebrate, and then that happened. So I was really, really upset about that. I'd invested a lot in LeBron, and not just from a fan perspective. When I got my start as a news reporter, I don't currently do that. I'm an auditor now, but when I got my start as a news reporter, which is what my degree was in, I covered LeBron. And I covered basically if he sneezed, we tried to be there, especially when he was in high school. And so I got to actually interview LeBron, talk to him. So I was pretty invested in this guy. And then he went to my favorite basketball team. And I thought to myself, well, here we go. This is perfect storybook. We haven't had a winner in Cleveland, and here finally we have one. And then when he left on my 30th birthday, I took it personal, which was dumb. I know now I've kind of distanced myself as far as sports is concerned, and I got to thank LeBron for that. I will watch the Browns, but I don't watch really the Cavs. I will start next year, but haven't really. It's hurt too much, to be honest. It's weird, as stupid as that might sound to some people that are watching this. It just hurt, and not a lot of people understand that, because I don't know what other city has ever gotten the best player in their sport that grew up like an hour from the city, less than an hour, half an hour, and just there might be somebody, but no one understands this nationally, and they didn't understand why we burnt jerseys, we acted the way we did. It was honestly like a girlfriend or a boyfriend in this, I guess, sense, cheating on you, and you're just like, I don't want anything to do with this person. And I've heard that analogy a couple times since he's come back, and I think it's a proper one. As far as the letter, I've been kind of checking my phone feverishly, even on vacation, to the point of getting yelled at by my wife, which I guess was probably proper, that, seeing if LeBron came back. And someone had posted on Facebook, because I had said earlier, a couple weeks ago, when I didn't think there was any chance, that if LeBron would come back to Cleveland, we'll come back to Columbus, my wife and I. Obviously, that's not going to happen right now. I'm not saying it's not going to happen in the future, but in the letter, a lot of those feelings that we had, that we have now, 4 years later, because we pretty much moved right when LeBron did to Miami. 4 years later, we look back and we have a lot of those feelings. And I think the letter was it got us pretty emotional, both of us, in the sense that, or the essay or whatever you want to call it, in the sense that we could understand what he was saying about wanting to raise children here, about wanting to just be around his family, friends. That's it. You start to think, well, those winters aren't that bad, are they? As I sit here in Phoenix and it's 110 degrees out, you probably hear the clicking of my overhead fan on my Arizona porch. But the letter was a good thing to read. You hardly ever get that type of insight into an athlete. Think about this. When was the last time you really thought, wow, I know this guy? And I thought I knew LeBron in my couple hours of maybe talking with him in total since he was 18. I was like, oh, I know this guy, yeah. And then when that happened, you're like, I don't know this guy. And it was kind of one of those shocks. And I think it's how a lot of people in Cleveland felt too. And then to go and then actually see those types of feelings in the letter, those things that we thought were there, those things that we were like, well, I thought he loved us. I thought he was here. He told us he was going to bring a championship here. And I know there are so many more important things than sports. Trust me, I know. There are. But sports in Cleveland, not a lot of people understand this. On a Monday, and during football season, if you're a Browns fan, Mondays are the worst things ever, because most likely the Browns have lost, and then you have to deal with work. And not a lot of people get that, unless I guess you're from Detroit in 2000 and whatever, when they lost every game. But the whole point was the letter was great to see, that passion, that love. Like, he had as much as we did. And I know some people have said, oh, LeBron didn't even touch that. You know, that was something by his agent, because his agent was pushing to get him back to Cleveland. That might be true. I doubt it. The guy, everything I've seen since, he's grown up, but even when he was 18, he did what he wanted, and he's not gonna let people just write a letter and then put his name on it before reading it. Outside of that, as far as just my emotional feeling as a fan, I'm happy to have him back. I'm ecstatic. I'm excited. Any other adjective you could think of, throw it in there. It's great to have him back, and it's great to have him back where he belongs. I mean, Cleveland's where he belongs, and I think he understands that now. 2-year contract, talk about that just real quick, not a big deal. Think of it just from a PR perspective. He's trying to build a brand like Jordan. So he doesn't want to just sell shoes when he plays. He wants to sell shoes when he's like Jordan, old and can't play anymore, which might be 5-10 years from now. He's not going to leave Cleveland, especially after he said, oh, I put in the letter that I'm going to finish my career here. He's not going to leave. Now, as far as just what it means to Northeast Ohio and Ohio, it means, I think, it just puts, kind of straightens you out, lets you stand a little taller. If you're not a sports fan, the economic impact's going to be great. Downtown Cleveland's going to be hopping for pretty much the entire time he's here. Do I think the Cavs are going to win a championship this year? Only if they can get Kevin Love and make a couple other moves and keep Andrew Wiggins. I think if you trade Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love, you're kind of saying, okay, these next 5 years, this is when we're winning. And then I think we look a lot like Miami in about 4 or 5 years. Not saying LeBron's leaving, but when he's getting to be 34, 35, and he's not as effective as he is going to be now, it's going to be hard to have Kevin Love, who's going to be, getting towards his 30s. I actually don't know how old Kevin Love is. I don't think he's that old, though. So you're looking at a 4 to 5 year thing. And that's, pretty much my thoughts. I'm excited. It's great to have him back. As far as my move to Cleveland, well, it'll be Columbus. I wouldn't move to Cleveland. I've had a lot. Actually, I've had more people than I thought I would care about that post I put. Have private messaged me on Facebook asking when we're moving, and it's an expensive thing. So don't look for it anytime soon, because nobody's giving me a $20 million contract. So anyway, other than that, it's a great day to be a Cleveland fan. Great day to be from Ohio. Understand exactly where LeBron's coming from, and I'll make more videos here as I go. So hopefully, if you like this one, subscribe, and I'll make more videos as we go. Thank you very much. Go Cavs, right? Go Cleveland.